Well, the Brazilian rating board just did an oopsie, and honestly, this is great for us. We now know that we are going to be getting two brand new games at some point. So, Metroid fans, you're gonna be eating good. It turns out that you're going to be getting one brand new game and potentially a remaster of another game. So first off, if we take a look at this right here, the next Metroid game is going to be titled Metroid Revenants. Now honestly, this is really cool because this could lead into so many different ideas of a Metroid game. Now first off, it's most likely not going to be Metroid Prime 5, but instead Metroid Dread 2 or something very similar to how Metroid Dread performed. Because if you looked at that game sold incredibly well and is widely considered as one of the greatest 2D Metroids. So if you look at that and you potentially look at Metroid Revenants over here, it would be a no-brainer for Nintendo to do a brand new Metroid. Also, we have the potential of getting a remaster of something like Super Metroid, because a couple months back, we did see a leak that potentially a brand new Metroid game was in the work, or a remaster of a Metroid game, and this is exactly what this could be. Because if we take a look at this right here, Andy Robinson on X says that there's going to be another Metroid game alongside with Metroid Revenants. Now honestly, this is great. One of them's going to be some sort of remaster and the other one's going to be a brand new game. This is what it looks like, but it could be wrong. It could be two brand new games, or it could be two remasters or remakes. Overall, it's definitely really interesting. What could we expect from this Metroid game? Well, if you look anywhere close to Metroid Dread, one of them's most likely going to be very similar to that. Because when it released on the Nintendo Switch OLED, it was honestly mind-blowing. That game is fantastic. It is phenomenal. It takes 2D Metroid and really sort of spins it on its head. It's difficult and also gives you that nice balance of good gameplay, challenge, exploration, and everything. It's a really fun and exciting game. So honestly, if this does happen, there is so many different ways that could point into the next Metroid experience. Also, if we take a look at this right here, it seems like Metroid Revenants has started production in 2026. So we're probably not going to be seeing this game until maybe 27 or 28, but this is definitely really close. Also, right now, we're not sure what the team for the game is going to be, but according to this right here, it could be the team at Retro Studios. Honestly, this is pretty cool. I would love to see Retro Studios make a game like this. It would be fantastic once again. So yeah, this is all to say that 2D Metroid or a Metroid game is going to be coming. Now, I honestly have three different ideas on what we could see. The first one is going to be Metroid Dread 2, or whatever you want to call it, Metroid 6. The second one could be a brand new 3D spin-off Metroid game, because if you look at something like, for example, Splatoon Raiders, we're taking the Splatoon franchise and making something completely different out of it. Potentially, Nintendo is going to be doing exactly that with Metroid. If you looked at past Nintendo Switch 2 games, you'll realize that there is a lot of spin-off games, funny enough. So potentially, this is the time to shine for Metroid to test that out. The other one's going to be the remaster, which it's probably going to be Super Metroid or something like that. One of the older games coming to a brand new system would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued in this. I find this to be absolutely insane for Metroid fans to finally get a chance to play a game once again, a game that you all cherish and love. I honestly found Metroid Prime 4 to be a really interesting game. It definitely wasn't exactly for me. I found the open world to be, well, interesting to say the least. It was a little bit boring in some, and it just didn't feel like Metroid. Usually when you play a Metroid game, you go around every corner and then you unlock new power-ups. It seems like Metroid Prime 4, it kind of just gave them to you. But imagine a Metroid roguelike. Wouldn't that be cool? You start off at a random station or something, and then there's enemies that pile in, and then you get rid of a lot of the enemies, and then you make it to the next room, and then you can buy an upgrade. Do you want rockets? Do you want electro ball status? Do you want extra damage or something like that? And then you move over to the next room, and the next room, and the next room. Wouldn't that be really cool? Eventually, you could get more armor. Eventually, you could get maybe a vehicle upgrade or something like that so you can roll around this little map. That would be the coolest thing. I would absolutely love to see a Metroid roguelike, just like how we have it in Hades, or if you played Minecraft Dungeon, that was a game that I honestly thought that the tower had a really good roguelike experience. So if this happens to Metroid, this would be like the greatest thing. I would be so happy, and I would jump on board the train and say, yep, I'm going for Metroid. This is going to be the best thing ever. Overall, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think something like this is going to happen, a roguelike, or do you think it's going to be the other ones? Honestly, I personally think that Metroid Revenants is going to be Metroid Dread 2, and we are going to be getting Super Metroid. Sort of like what Nate the Hate was saying. Nate the Hate has been really accurate, so who knows what's going to be happening here. But this is definitely really exciting. Metroid is back, and it's going to be insane. Honestly, I can't wait to see what happens. But a roguelike would be cool too. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed. Consider that like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. We do a bunch of different Nintendo content on the channel. See you in the next one.